So a good just cause is not for any particular group of people. It is idealized in the sense that anyone who believes in that vision of the future is invited to join. So if you believe all people are created equal and that's the world you want to live in, join the cause. If you believe my just cause, I imagine a world in which the vast majority of people wake up every single morning inspired, feel safe wherever they are, and end the day fulfilled by the work that they do. If that appeals to you, then join our cause. And it doesn't leave anyone out. So it has to be inclusive. It has to be stated in a way that anyone who wants to build that world could build that world. A just cause must be for others, not for yourself. There's no such thing as a just cause for me, right? The world that you hope to benefit, the world that you hope to build, the company you hope to build, the family you hope to build, is for others. It's that others may enjoy it. And I think this mistake is made a lot, especially when companies articulate their visions. It's about them, to be the best, to be the most respected, to be the whatever it is. That benefits no one else but you. And a just cause must be to the benefit of others. Idealistic is the easy one, which is stated in terms that are literally unachievable. So idealistic is the fun one. If you make it achievable, well, then it's just a goal, and it's a milestone, and it's not truly a just cause. So yeah, idealism is essential. So resilient is different than stable, because stable is like if a ship is stable, it goes into the storm and it comes out of the storm and it survived the storm, but it's still the same ship, right? Stable companies survive things, but they're still the same companies. Resilience is the ability to adapt and change. And a resilient organization, a resilient family goes into tragedy, the loss of a loved one, the sudden loss of a loved one, and they come out different. They come through that stronger. Resilient organizations have gone into the pandemic, and their cultures are different. They've adapted. They're stronger. Their relationships are more intense. And so resilience is the ability to adapt and grow and strengthen, not just be so filled with concrete that you just make it through something. Well, just cause is about idealism. It's about imagining a future that doesn't exist right now. So in the United States, we have a Declaration of Independence in which the founding fathers said they imagine a world in which all men are created equal, all people are equal, endowed with unalienable rights, amongst which include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, we're clearly not there, but it is a striving, it is a pursuit. And by the way, we'll never get there, but we'll die trying. Or Martin Luther King, who imagined a world very different to the one he grew up in. We're still not there, but we'll die trying. And the milestones that we pass, whether it's legislative or civil rights or gay rights or women's suffrage, these are stepping stones that prove to us that we're moving in the right direction. And having a just cause, a sense of a future state that we're working towards, is what gives our lives and our work meaning. It's, I think, important to note that the women's suffrage movement in the United States, that every single founder of the women's suffrage movement in the United States died before the first woman ever voted. Now, do you think they felt like their lives were failures? No, of course not. It's because they could see the growing movement. They could see the momentum. They could see that they were moving closer and closer towards their vision. Would they like to have had it go quicker? Of course. But they could see that others took their torch and promised to carry it for them after they died, and their cause was no longer theirs, it became the cause of others. And to have a sense of just cause means that it doesn't belong to any one of us, but it becomes all of ours. And that's what gives us the confidence. And we can all lie on our deathbeds and say, I'm passing something on. By the way, this is a big deal in families. This is why families have legacies. And this is why carrying our last name matters, because there are those who came before us, and we want to honor those who came before us. We don't want to let them down. We don't want to let their sacrifices go in vain. And so having a just cause and feeling a part of something bigger than ourselves is what gives our lives and our work and all of these things legacy. And there's good data to show that when we have a sense of our past, it actually makes us better equipped to make decisions for the future. It's ironic, you hear politicians all the time say, we're doing this for our children. Well, if we invoked our children every time we made decisions, we'd make a lot better decisions than most of us do. But if you invoke the past, it actually makes us better because, as I said before, to see ourselves not at the beginning of a process, but in the middle of it, and that we have responsibility to the past and we have a responsibility to ensure that we can pass it on after our own passing. Lots of passes in there. It is actually makes us better equipped to make better long-term decisions.